Zar sat perched atop a ruined spire surveying the nearby surroundings. The Shrike Talon could see vague silhouettes of his fellow spire stalkers rummaging through the ruins on the ground. The Corvus Cabal have been on the hunt, listening to the whispers of Corvids that led them to an abandoned city in the swamps. A silent whistle drew Zar's attention. The stalkers have found totems. He was about to go down when he caught a glimpse of a greenish light in between the bushes. Several silhouettes of the ghostly Nighthaunt emerged from behind the foliage, a small group of chain rasps led by a Dreadwarden. Zar sent the signal to Ren Cruel. The reply was swift. Prepare for battle. Old Rattlebones noticed the figures of the crows moving through the undergrowth towards the chain rasps and Dreadwarden Blacksoul. Two Grimghast Reapers leapt forward to aid the Dreadwarden, but Old Rattlebones stopped them. He divided his remaining forces into two groups and told them to encircle the battlefield. The crows can't be here for the same thing, can they? Hello everyone, I am Xerxes, you're in my war room, and welcome to the first battle report of a narrative Age of Sigmar Warcry campaign. In this video, Corvus Cabal will fight against the Nighthaunt. Two totems are placed on the battlefield, and whoever controls both of them at the end of the round, starting from round 2, will be able to simultaneously activate them and gain a vital clue to the whereabouts of the source, and become the winner of the battle. Both Ren Cruel and Old Rattlebones observe the battlefield keenly, trying to anticipate each other's movements and outsmart their opponent. The Battle of Wits twist card grants each warband an extra wild dice at the beginning of round 1. Dreadwarden Blacksoul and 3 chain rasps enter the battlefield from behind the temple through the north. Ren Cruel, Shrike Talon Zar, 1 Spire Stalker and 2 Kabbalists start atop an old shrine and ruined walls. The Nighthaunt have a very difficult task ahead of them. Their weakest have to face off against the strongest of the Cabal. Can they weather the storm before the reinforcements arrive? Both warbands roll for initiative. Corvus Cabal get a triple, a double, and 1 single. They decide to save their 2 wild dice. The Nighthaunt get 2 doubles and 2 singles. They decide to use one of their wild dice to create another double. After the roll-off, the Nighthaunt begin. One of the chain rasps moves first. He glides over the temple and lands on the totem. It uses one of the doubles to use Aura of Dread ability on the Shrike Talon. Zar's strength is reduced by 1 until the end of the round. Acting almost automatically, the Kabbalist with the spear thrusts his weapon at the chain rasp. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 4 dice. First attack disarms the chain rasps, dealing 3 points of damage. Second attack goes through its skull, inflicting 8 points of damage and removing it from the battlefield immediately. Blacksoul, hearing his underling disappear, decides to move. He glides towards the Kabbalists and uses another double to cast the Aura of Dread on Ren Cruel. The Shadow Piercer's strength is reduced by 1. Zar and Ren Cruel glance at each other. Then the Shrike Talon moves past the Dreadwarden and uses the triple to activate the swooping attack ability. He lands between the 2 chain rasps at the back and begins his attack. Needing 5s to hit due to Aura of the Dread ability, he rolls 5 dice. First attack barely scratches the chain rasp for 2 points of damage. Zar regains his footing and strikes again, also dealing 2 points of damage. The ethereal form of the chain rasp seems to be problematic for the slightly spooked Shrike Talon. The wounded chain rasp counterattacks. Using the remaining double to activate the Chilling Horde ability, it swings its dice at Zar. Needing 4s to hit, it rolls 4 dice. First attack deals 4 points of damage. Second attack deals 2 points of damage. Shrike Talon felt both of the slashes. The second Kabbalist rushes up the stairs and thrusts a spear at the Dreadwarden. Needing 5s to hit, she rolls 4 dice and manages to nick Black Soul for 1 point of damage. The last remaining Chain Rasp attacks the Shrike Talon with its rusty sword. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 3 dice. First Light Slash deals 2 points of damage, and the second slash deals 1 point of damage. Zar is severely wounded and realizes that the two undead pose a bit more challenge than he anticipated. The Spirestalker approaches the wall near the second totem. Ren Cruel flanks Black Soul and activates the Onslaught ability with a double. Needing 5s to hit, she rolls 5 dice. She sinks a hooked blade into Dreadwarden's ethereal form for 5 points of damage. Two Kabbalists arrive through the northern edge to support the Shrike Talon. Second Spirestalker and another Kabbalist appear in the southwestern corner. Old Rattlebones, accompanied by Grimgust Reaper, glides slowly towards the Spirestalker in the southeastern corner. A Banshee and the second Grimgust Reaper enter the battlefield from the northwestern corner. It is the decisive round. Both warbands will have to do some clever maneuvering to claim both totems. However, the crows do have a visible advantage. It's time to roll for initiative. The Nighthaunt get 2 doubles and 2 singles. They decide to use their wild dice to convert a double 6 into a triple 6. The Corvus Cabal get 1 double and 4 singles. They decide to use their 2 out of 3 wild dice to make a triple and a double. That leaves them with 3 singles and the initiative in the second round. Ren Cruel strikes Black Soul swiftly to secure the totem on top of the temple. She activates the Grisly Trophy with a triple, granting everyone within 6 inches, including herself, an extra attack. Needing 4s to hit, she rolls 5 dice. First mighty hit deals 9 points of damage, leaving Black Soul hanging by a thread. Second attack, which is significantly lighter, deals 2 points of damage, but it's enough to remove the Dreadwarden from the battlefield. One of the wounded Chain Rasps is hellbent on removing Zar from the battlefield. It activates the Chilling Horde ability with a double and strikes. Needing 4s to hit, it rolls 4 dice. First strike hacks off a significant chunk of Zar's flesh for 5 points of damage. Second attack deals 3 points of damage and leaves a very nasty wound. Wounded and winded Shrike Talon attacks one of the Chain Rasps that hasn't had the chance to move. Needing 4s to hit, he rolls 5 dice. First hit deals 6 points of damage. Second attack deals 4 points of damage and tears the Chain Rasp apart. Banshee moves across the northern edge to engage Zar. One of the Spirestalkers rushes towards the totem hidden in the ruins. Grimgust Reaper glides towards the temple and Ren Cruel. One of the Kabbalists engages the wounded Chain Rasp to support Zar. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 4 dice. He sinks his blade in the Chain Rasp's skull for 4 points of damage and removes it from the battlefield. Second Grimgust Reaper approaches one of the totems, and having the Spirestalker in range, it swings its scythe. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 3 dice. Its scythe sinks into the crow's shoulder for 5 points of damage. Another Kabbalist follows the Spirestalker. Old Rattlebones glides towards the totem and uses a triple to bring Black Soul back to life. The Dreadwarden heals 6 points of damage. Spirestalker decides to strike the newly arisen Dreadwarden before he can act. They decide to activate the Onslaught ability with one of the doubles. Needing 4s to hit, they roll 5 dice. 6 points of damage is enough to send Black Soul back to where it came from. Then, they move around Old Rattlebones and his bodyguard to be close enough to the totem. Two Kabbalists close in on the totem in the ruins to make sure they gain control. The last Kabbalist approaches Grimgust Reaper whilst being in range of the totem in the ruins. They strike the undead with a spear. Needing 5s to hit, they roll 5 dice. A well-performed thrust deals 4 points of damage. At the end of the round, Corvus Cabal claim control over both totems. Ren Cruel and Spirestalker activate both of them. They unleash their powers, blowing the Nighthaunt away. Strange visions of blue vortexes appear in Ren Cruel's mind. The Corvus Cabal are one step closer to finding the source. Blown away, Old Rattlebones gathers whatever has remained of his retinue and glides away towards one of the ruins on the outskirts of the temple region. Corvus Cabal are the winners of the battle. They receive 4 glory points for their victory, 1 glory point for taking part in the battle, and 1 glory point for taking out at least a third of an enemy's warband, which brings them to a grand total of 6 glory points. When searching for artifacts, they find trophies of the arena in one of the ruins. This artifact will give its owner a +1 modifier to a destiny roll. Ren Cruel takes the artifact for herself. They receive 1 campaign point for winning the battle. Since no one was removed from the battlefield, no one receives any injuries. One of the Kabbalists receives a destiny point. The Nighthaunt receive only 1 glory point for participating in the battle. When searching for artifacts, they find a damaged Soul Trap gem, which immediately grants them 2d6 glory points. They roll, and the result is 10, bringing them to a grand total of 11 glory points, which makes you wonder, who outsmarted who? No one receives any destiny levels though. Dreadwarden Blacksoul was twice removed from the battlefield, so he develops a temporary cracked rib injury, giving him a modifier of -1 to toughness. But since he's a ghost, I'm sure this injury is just psychosomatic. The Nighthaunt decides to spend 10 glory points to dominate a territory. They find an abandoned camp. It increases their warband limit by 25 points to a total of 1025, and allows them to hire an additional thrall to the maximum of 2. The territory can be restored for 2 additional glory points to increase their warband limit by another 25 points. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, activate that like button for the glory of chaos and check the link to the whole campaign playlist in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.